All right, lads, we're live. There we go. Well, I was going to do this tomorrow, but I said, fuck it, why not do it now? How did we think? What do we think? What do we think of the card in general? Because I was knocking this card left, right, and center. What do we think of the card? And what do we think of AJ's performance? I want to know. Let's get some people in the chat. Let's get a few people in the chat. I will have a chat. We'll have a discussion. We'll see what we got to say. On this. So give me 2 secs. Yeah, we got a few people in. Get them locked in, and we'll see what we got to say on this. Let me know. Boy, the 9th round for AJ to win, I wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't expecting that. I was watching this fight, right? And I was looking at some of the little, because Pulev had snippets of success in there. You could see the right hand he was trying to throw. When he would step in with the right hand, he was having a bit of success. And, Pulev, not particularly quick-footed for the heavyweight. Not just, there's a lot of things there with Pulev, especially now that he's nearly 40, that are not amazing. But I was just thinking to myself, I was looking at it, I was just thinking, Jesus, if AJ was in there, say the Wilder fight that happened 2 years ago, I was just thinking to myself, watching that fight, watching AJ, watching the movement, watching just some of the things he was doing in there, and knowing that about 2 years ago, he would have been heavier. I was just watching that thinking, shit, if AJ had been in there maybe 2 years ago with Wilder, the head would have got taken clean off his shoulders. That's all I could think of when I was watching AJ, and I was thinking Wilder would have took AJ's head clean off his shoulders. A big up to Johnny boy. Big up to Johnny every time. I was watching a bit of your stream there, bro. I was watching a bit of your stream on the fight, man. Fury murders the roided up diva. I'll be picking Fury to win on points, man. But damn, I was not. It was like, I reckon, do you know what I reckon it was, Joe? I reckon after the 3rd round, he was worried about stamina. He was worried about stamina after that 3rd round. That's why it took him so long. Because I was looking at Pulev. Pulev really, he didn't do shit other than land a couple of right hands. He didn't do shit in there. I don't know. I suppose, though, the fact that he went 9 rounds, that'll mean that it'll open the door for him to maybe some fights in the future, if you know what I mean. So, I'd say there'd be no shortage of, guys like, Michael Hunter, Eddie Hearn might try and get Martin Piccoli. I'm sure Joe Joyce, like Frank Warren, if he's still working with Joe Joyce, be like, yeah, we'll take him or something like that. I'm sure they'll do something like that, but oh man. No, anytime, bro, anytime. I don't mind stopping by on some of you guys' live commentaries. They're fun. They're better than the Zone. The Zone, I heard some people saying the Zone's commentary was good. I mean, I wasn't overly keen on the Zone's commentary. I wasn't overly keen on it. And then the stream I was using, the Kraken stream, kind of chopped a bit. So I used another one, and I got the Sky commentary, and that was even worse. So when the commentary is worse, I tend to just kind of zone out. And what I try and do is, see, because when some guys like you or Mark are doing commentary, it's hard to get the times right, because I could be ahead by a couple of seconds or something like that. So I always try and just get the commentary just level, so I'm not missing anything or I'm not too far ahead. So no, big up to Johnny every time. Big up to Johnny. Yeah, enjoyed the fights this weekend, man. 100%. Big up to Johnny. Let's big up a few guys. AJ beats Fury. Oh, that's a bold statement, man. That's a bold claim. AJ beats Fury. I've always felt that fight's close, but no, I'll be going with Fury on points. Hashtag G-Man's Rocks better be trending, lads. And hashtag G-Man's Rocks. I even put it in there myself. Hashtag G-Man's Rocks. Joshua looked horrible. Joshua was wary. I think Joshua still has the Ruiz loss in his mind. I think that, when he went in and he really put it on Pulev, I think one of the reasons he did that was because he knew that Pulev is not a counter puncher. He's not got quick hands. In fact, his hands are quite slow. His feet are slow. he wasn't going to get counterpunched. You know, there was no chance of Pulev going in there and getting counterpunched. So I think that he was happy enough to go in there, you know, have a little exchange with Kubrat Pulev and try and get him out of there. And I think that with AJ, we know sometimes when he overexerts himself and he really tries to go in there and get the stoppage, that's when he starts having issues with stamina. That's when he started having issues with stamina. And big up to Squad Q, boxing, hashtag G-Man's rocks. Of course, as always, better be trending, lads. Always got to get that shit trending. Hashtag the G-Man's rocks. I have something, right? I've got something coming, right, that I made myself in the next, hopefully this week. And what I'll do is when I get it, I'll put a picture on the community tab of it. And I'll show all you guys. Yo, big up to JPK, yo, G-Man. Big up every single time, bro. Big up every single time. Wasn't impressed by AJ. Nor I. I really did think he'd get Pulev out of there as quicker than he did. And you know what the thing is, right? I was saying it. I said it in my preview and prediction, right? That if AJ decides to just bring this to the inside, you know, use the uppercut, just take it in as close as he can get it, Pulev can't fight at close range. He can't fight really at mid-range either. He's really a long-range boxer. So when I saw that, I was like, well, why doesn't AJ just try and get it to the inside as much as he can? Like, I've seen AJ on the inside before, you know, throw good hooks and uppercuts. Why wasn't he doing that more consistent? You know, whenever he was landing the uppercut, he was having success because Pulev really didn't know it. When AJ got close, all Pulev would do was he would tuck up. He didn't really do much. And, oh, my God, I'm surprised it went that long. North Britain Bulldog says Wilder smashes Joshua into next week. Had Wilder, I don't know about today because God only knows what Wilder's like in his mental state now. Seriously, lads, God only knows. But had that fight happened 2 years ago, seriously, I think Wilder would have knocked AJ into outer space. You think Usyk stand a chance on the performance? Well, I would have picked Usyk prior to this performance. Seriously, I would have picked Usyk prior to this performance. So, in terms of Usyk stand a chance, in my opinion, yes, I think he does. I mean, I'd be picking Alexander Usyk to beat AJ. If they announce that fight tomorrow for the WBO World Heavyweight title, my pick would be Usyk to win. Seriously, that'd be my pick. Irrespective of what happened here, I think that AJ would play into some of Usyk's strengths. And not to say that Usyk would have it all his own way, definitely not. But I think that AJ would definitely play into some of his strengths, definitely. Dingo, big up. Heya, big up. Johnny, who you going for? Nataka or Redejo? Lads, I put Redejo to win on my predictions, on my prediction league. But the only reason I did that is because I know with Redejo, they're trying to build him because the Puerto Rican background and all that kind of stuff Top Rank are trying to do. So I think that even though Nakatana is a good boxer, he gave Teofimo Lopez a really, really, really close competitive fight. I can't see them giving the decision to Nakatana. That's why I picked him. I can see him beating Redejo, but he'd need to stop him. Big up to Kieran. Hashtag big up G-Man. Hashtag G-Man's rocks as always, lads, as always. Pulev stood straight upright in the air. Oh, he did. Like Pulev has that Eastern European. Like, he's very upright. There's no inside game to speak of. Like Pulev, as I said, he can fight a little bit at mid-range, but not particularly good. But at close range, whenever it's up close on the inside, he's gonzo. He can't do anything. So 4 uppercuts in a row. I seen that. That was the beginning of the end when I seen that. When when Tyson Fury stands there, lets the man tee off. Yeah, Fury. Let's be frank, right? If Fury had been in there tonight, he would have done a similar job to. This is not me knocking Anthony Joshua. I like Anthony Joshua, but Pulev has seen better days. The only thing that surprised me about this fight is it went as long as it did. You know, the fact that Pulev lasted longer than Dylan White and that he lasted longer than Povetkin, that surprised me. I really did think this was a 4-round job. I really did. Yo, G-Man, you should use HGS goals. I've no idea what that is. Hes goals, really good in my opinion. Daniello, enlighten me to what that is. I don't know what it is. If it's good, I'll definitely give it a look. But enlighten me to what it is. I've never heard of it, mate. Honestly, Jared Thompson, surprisingly decent guy. Some people were saying that, like, the zone commentary, like, watching that. I was watching it on the zone commentary. Apart from the end of the Hughie Fury fight and the start of the Akali fight, because the stream I was watching on got real choppy, so I ended up watching it on, very important person. We'll leave it at that. And they had Sky commentary on, and this it made no difference. They're both pretty much the same. They're both pretty much the same as far as I was concerned. I read JP's or JK. Oh yeah, it is JP. JP's comment wrong. I was impressed by AJ. I thought you said you weren't impressed by AJ. No, man. He don't think. I was surprised, right? I thought he'd start slow. In fact, I'm just going to bring the camera in now. I thought he'd start slow, right? I thought he'd start slow, and maybe 3 or 4 rounds in, then he'd put his foot in the gas. But it was the opposite. It was almost like he started. The first round was kind of a nothing round, but then it was like, right, shit, the camera's all fucked up. So we'll sort of try that again in a bit. But yeah, it was always like he started slow, then he just went balls to the wall, and then he went slow again. It was weird. But it was what it was. It was what it was. He did show good boxing ability. I will impress that. AJ was impressive with how he escaped the clinches on one side. Yeah, that nailed with the uppercut. Yeah, that was actually quite good. Kubrat Pulev, that's really all he does when he gets on the inside is he clinches. He is actually Kubrat Pulev, to all his, he's got a few flaws there, but he is quite physical. He is quite physically strong. He's not bad, when it comes to clinching. Whoever faces him next, study how he likes to move out of clinches and nullify that. AJ's uppercut on the inside is going to be a problem. That's what I will say. AJ's uppercut on the inside is a problem. All right, that's one thing I noticed straight away. That AJ with his uppercut on the inside is going to be a problem. AJ's boxing ability expected him to be out jabbed. So did I, actually, to be honest with you. So did I. I really expected Pulev's jab to be on par in this fight, but it looked to me as though AJ's jab was the better jab of the two. It really did. Hashtag G-Man's Rocks. Big up Graham Taylor. Great. Big up Graham Taylor. You read that name wrong. Yeah, man. I don't know why. It's just when I see J, I just think K. I don't know why. JK. But yeah, no, I got it right the second time. AJ shows great boxing skill. It's the co-trainer he works with. So he works with Rob McCracken. And then he works with another guy on the side. And he's been, I can't remember someone, if they know it, we'll put it in the chat. But ever since the Povetkin fight, we've really seen that. We've seen the boxer AJ. And one thing that I've noticed about AJ for the longest part of time has been going and jabbing to the body. And he's been having good success with jabbing to the body. I remember when he done it with Povetkin, he was jabbing to the body a lot. He was having success jabbing to Povetkin's body. That's really what got him the knockout in that Povetkin fight, was when he jabbed to Povetkin's body. That was what got him an awful lot of success in the Povetkin fight, jabbing to the body. And that's what he's been doing a good bit lately. And, I'm quite impressed. AJ's boxing skills are good. The only thing I worry about is his stamina, because even though he's lost that weight, the minute he exerted himself on Pulev, he took a couple of rounds off. Now, a part of me in my head was thinking, is he doing that because, he's worried about getting clipped? Then I was like, well, no, actually, because Pulev can't really counterpunch in the front foot. I'd be amazed if he landed a left hook like Andy Ruiz did. I'd be amazed. Got mostly what you expected, but did see the Fury whack fight. That was... I didn't enjoy it, to be honest with you. It wasn't my kind of fight. Like, Fury looked better than he has in the past. I'll give him that, but still not really my kind of thing, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not convinced on Hughie Fury. Haven't been convinced on Hughie Fury for pretty much his whole career, and I don't see him changing my opinion yet. It's the same thing. This new weight might help him, the add-on weight, but other than that, man, I don't know, man. I really don't see Hughie Fury doing much. 53 in the chat. Smash the like button on your way in, please. If you could, I'd really appreciate that, lads. Punches himself out. That's exactly what I think, MR. I think that was it as well, because I was thinking to myself, I was like, why are you slowing down in the third? You've not really, by most of you not exerted yourself, and to think he's lost all that weight, I was thinking, do you know what? That's probably why, because he went balls to the wall. Pulev survived. He needed a couple of rounds off to get back into it. That's what I think as well. Joshua won every round. I think you could give Pulev a share of this. I think it was the 6th round. He landed a couple of right hands in that round. Other than that, it was all AJ. Oh, it was all AJ. Won every round after a year of the ring. Yeah, he did. His actual, he looked quite sharp, AJ did, to be fair. He really did. He looked quite sharp, actually. I'm going to take a risk and bring the camera back in. I don't like doing these when I'm not on camera. I like staying on camera, but I know the last time I brought it in, the camera was a bit shitty. So I'm just checking. It looks all right there. So we'll keep it at that. Yeah, there was no real ring rust that I could see. But Poulet been out of the ring for a while as well. So, maybe kind of counteract one another. But yeah, Pulev will be an opponent. I reckon. I don't think Pulev's going to retire. I don't think this is the last fight. I think that Pulev, he's still with Top Rank. Who is with Top Rank now? That's up and coming. Tony Yoka. I think Tony Yoka signed with Top Rank. I reckon they'll use Pulev as an opponent, and they might just flash the cash. They might flash the cash. Wilder, Joyce, Usyk. I don't know about Joyce, but you see, I would have picked Wilder at one stage, but right now it's hard to tell. That lad's head is in such a weird state with the crap he's coming out with. It's hard to tell with that lad. Yo, big up Intangible. Big up. I seen you on Beat Stream earlier. Big up to Intangible every time. Big up to Intangible every time. Yes, G-Man, of course. AJ Fury should be next. I hope it's next. I'd love to see it next. Why do I have a feeling we're going to see that goddamn trilogy fight? I mean, I don't want to see the trilogy fight personally, but for some reason, I think that's what we're going to get. It is what it is. But I'd love to see that fight next. Look, that fight is a big fight, irrespective if it's for undisputed or not. If they have to get rid of WBO, so be it. I want to see AJ Fury. It's a massive fight. We need fans, though. It does hinge on fans. It was so nice seeing the fans there tonight, hearing the cheers, hearing the boos when Eddie Hearn got in the microphone. And I like Eddie Hearn, but just the little things you miss. You just think, shit, I missed this. I really missed this. That's the way it should be. AJ's hooks and uppercut. Yeah. I will say that the uppercuts were all right. They weren't exactly crisp, but they done the job. As I've said it several times, when you're dealing with someone who's not got an inside game on your fight, you're bringing it to the inside. You don't have to be, if you have, put it like this, right? If you have even a 50% kind of inside game where you're competent the inside and right, the guy I'm fighting he cannot fight on the inside to save his life, then you're all right. You can get away with that. Some of the uppercuts, some of them were all right. Some of the time was off on some of them, but some of them did look very forced. They didn't look amazing, but they didn't need to be for Kubrat Pulev. They really, truly didn't. They didn't need to be for any of that. They just needed to be, good enough to put a dent in Kubrat Pulev. Lads, 112 in the chat. If you could smash the like button on your way in, I'd much appreciate it. What we all think of this fight? What are your thoughts, right? AJ Fury, if it happens next, what are your thoughts? Leave it in the chat. Who you got, AJ Fury, or if we get AJ Usyk, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. AJ Usyk. 129 in the chat. Big up to all the lads. Big up to everyone in the chat. As I said, smash the like button on the way in, peeps. Big up to everyone. Big up to all yous. Yeah, we're doing well tonight. We're doing well tonight. I don't know, man. I don't know Graham Taylor if he would. I don't know if he would. Right now, probably, because Wilder his head is in the clouds. AJ could have taken out Pulev way earlier. Bad advice from the corner. I wasn't really paying attention to the corner advice, to be honest with you. What advice was McCracken giving him? But I definitely agree with you. I mean, I was shocked. I had down, a big up to Tony if he's in the chat, actually, by the way. Massive big up to him, because I had an accumulator going, and I had Poulet to win by any means. I had Fury to win on points. I had, who's the guy? Collie to win via stoppage. Did I have someone else as well? I don't think I had. I think that was it. And then I had AJ rounds 1 to 6. And a subscriber of mine called Tony, and big up to him, shout out to him every time. He took my bet down. He put it down, but he went rounds AJ 7 to 12. And obviously he won. I think he got a nice, decent payout. And he messaged me there a little while ago he just emailed me, and he actually forwarded me the 15 quid to say, look, have your free bet back. I was like, lad, thank you. But seriously, thank you. That was amazing. That was great. So big up to him. But that was my bet for that. But look, it is what it is. It is what it is. Next time. Against Fury, his footwork uppercuts won't be enough. No. And see, Fury has the longer arms than AJ. I think AJ had the longer arms than Pulev in this fight. So I think that Fury, he'll definitely be able to out jab AJ, definitely. So I think we're going to see 182. Jesus, I don't think I've ever had this many in the chat. Lads, if you could smash the like button, please, on your way in. Appreciate it, lads. Jesus. 182. Tough Joshua Box, great fight. Had him in the inside. Took it to Ben. Could have and should have really stopped Pulev in the third. He really should have. You know, it is what it is. I think he was conserving stamina after that then. But no, big up to Anthony Joshua. He did what he needed to do. He looked good doing it. I said Pulev would be the kind of opponent who would make AJ look good. I thought that all right. I thought Pulev would be the opponent to make AJ look good. AJ, in some ways, like, yeah, I was a bit annoyed, not just because I had a bet on, but just in general, they didn't get rid of Pulev earlier. I thought he really could have, but he was able to box with Pulev, and he was able to outbox or outfight Pulev. And we knew he could outfight him, but outboxing him was an interesting one. AJ looked awkward moving like he did, got away with it against the one-dimensional Pulev. Yeah, Pulev is very one-dimensional, very, very, very one-dimensional. Fury beats him. I think Fury beats him too. Yes. JP, you're spot on with that. AJ does really remind me a lot of Klitschko in the way he fights. He doesn't clinch as much, definitely not. But the jab, just the way he's been lately, definitely reminds me of Klitschko. AJ versus Usyk will be next. I would be leaning towards Usyk in that fight, man. Seriously. In fact, I'd probably pick him. Who do I think is the best commentary team? Oh Jesus, this is the hard part. There's not many. There's not many good commentary teams out there, lads. Honestly, it used to be like HBO were brilliant back in the day. Showtime can be all right. MTK is probably my favorite. Like, big up to Barry Jones every time. Barry Jones is a good guy. He's a good commentator. That's about it. Holy shit, 240 in the chat, man. I'm gonna ask one more time. Smash the like button, lads, on your way in. Jesus, man. I think the most I ever had was like 160 in a chat. So this is pretty cool. Terrible pay-per-view stream on Sky. Really? 20. Really? The stream quality on the pay-per-view stream was shit. Oh my God. Well, mine was cracking. I'll leave it at that. Apart from one or two little hiccups here and there, other than that, it was cracking. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. Apologies for not getting to some of your comments, man. Apologies for not getting to some, because there's loads coming through. I think Pulev lasted longer because of his veteran tactics, always holding AJ. Yes, I didn't take that into consideration. I will admit that. When Pulev didn't hold, he went down. Yeah, you see, Pulev can't really. Pulev can't really hold on the inside to say. He can't really do what he needs. If you see him against other fighters, like even before he fought AJ, whenever it got close, hold. Like, look at him against Chisora. He clinched like a motherfucker in that fight. Did we get anything from Harley on Sky? I don't think Harley Quinn was covering the fight. I was surprised. I was convinced they'd get Harley Quinn on the fight. There's 270 in the chat. For those who don't know who Harley Quinn is, that's what I call Tony Bellew, all right? Because he is such a company man and he loves AJ. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the impression. Tony Bellew to AJ. Yes, Mr. J. Yes, Mr. J. Oh, Mr. J, you're so funny. That is Tony Bellew in a nutshell. That's how he is with AJ. Mr. J. Oh, Mr. J. Yeah, I do the Harley Quinn impression. Come at me. That's what we call him. Come on, lads. Hit the like button. 277 in the chat. Yes, lads. Yes. Nearly 300 now. Jesus. Do you know what, right? I only came on just to have a quick chat about this. I didn't expect 325. Holy shit, lads. It's crazy. I wasn't expecting this. Big up to everybody in the chat, lads. Seriously. Big up to everybody. And yeah, like, if you could smash the like button, man, that'd be amazing. But Jesus, I wasn't expecting this many. Holy shit. Big up to everyone in the chat. You know, big up to everyone. Thought it was very workmanlike. It was a very workmanlike performance from AJ. It was very workmanlike performance. And actually, someone's left it in the chat. Angel Fernandez, that's the guy's name. That's who's working with AJ. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you. Angel Fernandez has him boxing like that. Now, he's been working with Fernandez since I think the Povetkin fight, may have even been before. But that's between McCracken and Fernandez. That's who are with AJ. That's who AJ has going. He worked with Chamberlain as well. Yeah, Chamberlain needed to bin his uncle. He really needed to bin his uncle. No disrespect to the man, but he had Chamberlain training like a welterweight. Chamberlain's a bridge weight. Big up to Big Dan. Shout out to Dan every time. Wasn't impressed. Fury AJ is one-sided. I don't know if it's one-sided, Dan, but I know who I'm picking. Referee was disgusted in the Fury Vac fight, saying referee would have docked a point to Fury and possibly disqualified him for real. But yeah, but look, we've seen some absolutely shocking refereeing decisions on this card. I mean, look at Florian Makavu. I just said his name. Look at that. How the fuck can you score that fight a draw? I mean, the guy didn't win a round. Jamie Stewart didn't win a round. Didn't win a flipping round. Big up G-Man. Yo, big up. Hashtag G-Man's rocks, lads. Hashtag G-Man's rocks. I bet Wilder is fuming about the AJ result now. Oh, yeah, man. He's snapping. I really don't understand why Wilder never took that fight. Because I think he would have beat AJ. Yes, JP. I agree with you on that. That would have been my scorecard as well. I would have scored it that way as well. Let's scroll down. Let's see, man, the amount of comments I have coming in. Jesus. Yo, big up to Chris. Big up to Chris, Broken Nose Boxing. Check out his channel, lads. Check out his channel. Broken Nose Boxing. Great channel. Good YouTube channel. He's nearly 450 now. So let's get him to, let's see if we can get him to 500 soon. Also, G-Man just waiting on my post-fight. Yeah, you see, I use iMovies. Nice and quick. Does the job. And hashtag G-Man's rocks every day of the week, every time. Big up. Yes. Smash the like button, lads. Big up. Big up to Daniela. Smash the like button. Smash the like button every single time. Every single time. Your IPTV stream was 9% perfect. And same with Simon. Your pay-per-view stream worked fine. Maybe it was a Wi-Fi issue with the stream not working right. But I know mine was cracking every time. Record numbers for your lives. I planned on going live, or Daniela, I planned on going live to just do a little chat, maybe get about 50 in, 60 in. Yeah, 300. I mean, lads, big up to all yous, big up to everyone. And I am trying to, Joe, big up to Joe. See, this is the thing. It's hard to get to the regulars because there's so many in the chat. Big up to Joe. Thought AJ was quite impressive. He had balance between balance right between boxing and fighting, between cautious when necessary, going for broke. Seemed to be mature and psychologically. You see, Joe, I see where you're coming from there, but I think a part of me is thinking maybe he was worried. Maybe he was worried a little bit about stamina because he really did exert himself quite big in the third round. And maybe he was worried, thinking, you know what, maybe I need to just kind of pull it back a bit. Because we've seen AJ in the past when he really goes and exerts himself, that's when he starts having the issues. Fury wins, definitely. Fury in 3. I doubt in 3. AJ beats Usyk. I don't know. Usyk beats AJ by decision. You see, Usyk would really need to have to Joe Joyce AJ to beat him by decision because AJ has the rub of the green. He has the rub of the green whoever he fights. I mean, when he fought Klitschko, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe they had Klitschko losing that fight on the scorecards. I was like, how? He was obviously outboxing AJ. Think AJ beats Usyk. I have a feeling he stops Fury. It's interesting. It's different. I think AJ wins. I think AJ wins. Or not AJ. I think Fury wins. Eddie Heyman. Nah, Pulev was tough as nails. He wasn't ready to go. He was still trying to get up even after that 1-2. I was impressed by that. He's hard, Pulev. He really does. Jenny Sushi, I'm sure I was impressed. I had the same bet as you. But I had AJ to win by stoppage. So you just had flash stoppage. Look, I was happy. it was what it was. I don't bet a lot. So it is what it is. AJ, G-Man, when is AJ going to stop fighting safe? Eddie Hearn's taking the piss. It was mad seeing Eddie Hearn get booed again. I hadn't heard that in a while. A big up to Eddie Hearn. The big up to having the fans back, man. That was. I loved it. Love seeing it. How you think Fury would deal with some of AJ's uppercuts? Stevie, I think Fury would deal. Well, obviously he's not going to want to take many of them, but they aren't exactly the quickest uppercuts in the world. It has to be said. But I think he'd cope just fine. I think he'd be able to. See, he'd move on his feet. He'd move quite well, so I think he'd be all right to get out of the dodge. And Fury's not amazing on the inside, but he can definitely do the job. I think he can do the job on the inside, so he should be okay. He should be okay. AJ will be jabbing and throwing up, not chest level when he's. Yeah, he will actually be, because Fury is a lot taller. Actually, I'll give you that. It's going to be a good fight, man. It's going to be a competitive fight. Always like Paulie as a commentator. Well, Deontay Wilder doesn't. Wilder don't like Paulie as a commentator. Big up to Will every time. Just join. What are your thoughts, G-Man? What were your thoughts, G-Man? Not to brag, but I called AJ hurting him in the third or fourth round. Then finished him off in 6-6. I really did think he'd get rid of him in between rounds 1-6. I really did think he would. I was it was what it was. The bet didn't come true, but I was recouped. Big up to Tony every time if he's in the chat. It was what it was. It was what it was. But I was I don't think anyone really was surprised with the outcome. I really don't think anyone was surprised with the outcome. I think we all knew what was going to happen, and it was what it was. We saw AJ, the boxing, and we saw the finishing. The finishing was good. Finishing was good. Big shout out to Pulev. I would have called it a day after round 3. Yeah, a lot of fighters would have called it a day after round 3. You're right. Big up to Kubrat Pulev. Big up to him. Evening, J-Man. Evening, gents. Big up to Stella. Big up every time. Big up to everyone in the chat. No stream with Chavo and Collie up until the end of round 1. Yeah, Collie looked all right. That's the best I've seen him fight. Certainly the most entertaining. Collie just has a very... He's not fan friendly, is Lawrence Collie at all. He seems like an okay guy, but his just style is just... Well, it was, when he was coming up originally. It just was not fan friendly at all. Really wasn't fan friendly. Did not have a fan friendly style at all, to say the least. AJ's learned a lot from this fight. I think he needs some extra rounds from Pulev. It was good learning to pace himself well. Yeah, he might actually gain a lot from doing that, actually. He might actually gain a lot from that. He might actually gain a lot from the rounds, pacing himself, because he overexerted himself. Maybe he didn't overexert himself, but he really exerted himself in the third round. And then he just decided, okay, let's just calm it back. I will go from there. Stamina could be an issue, but certainly has too much weight on those arms. Yeah, he loves the weights on the arms. I think that could be the issue. Lactic acid build up on those arms. You see, it's not just the stamina that affects your body. Like, if you have lactic acid in your arms, they're going to drop. They're going to drop. And that's when you start having issues as well. Wilder beats AJ, but Fury beats everyone. Fury on another level. A lot of people say that, man. A lot of people say that. Your bet should have won. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. It was 15 quid. It is what it is. It is what it is. I got it back though, so it's big up to Tony. So it's all right. I don't bet a lot, so it is what it is. I don't mind losing. Bit of fun. Pulev showed a lot of heart. Very tough, man. Yeah, he did, man. Showed a hell of a lot of heart in there. I was surprised. AJ versus Fury is historic. Really want that fight to happen next. So do I. I really want that fight to happen next. So Fury going to knock AJ out. I don't know if he'll knock him out. I reckon Fury take on points. Come on, lads. Over 300 and only 60 likes. Yeah, bro. I think it's like 250 now. So smash the like button if you've not already. Big up to everyone in the chat, man. I wasn't expecting it to get so many in. What do you think of Huey? He doesn't look like a future top 10 heavyweight. The name seems to be the only thing keeping him relevant. In fairness, he's got guts. Joe Stunner, 100%. 100% agree with you. I've never rated Hughie Fury. I'm sick of hearing that, oh, he's young, oh, Hughie this. It's like I said in my post-fight review, there have been people younger than him who've been moved faster in the heavyweight division. Why they keep using that is beyond me. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand. I don't get it. So for me, with Hughie Fury, it's the name. The name brings a lot of value to it. He's not. This is one of the most entertaining fight I've seen him in, and it wasn't amazing. So no, I don't see Hughie as a top 10 heavyweight with the greatest respect. But it just I don't know if this is his last fight with Eddie Hearn, because I'm assuming it's a 3-fight deal. It could be wrong, it could be a 5-fight deal. But I can't see Eddie Hearn looking at Hughie Fury and thinking, yes, you put bums in seats, I'll keep you. I just can't see it. But in response to your question, no, I don't see Hughie Fury being a top 10. Fury, Joshua, Usyk, Joyce, Hrgovic, Hunter, Wilder, Povetkin, White, Pulev. What do you think, G-Man? Get rid of Pulev and put Parker in there, and I think we're good to go. In terms of Joyce, you probably could put Joyce in the top 10. Joyce is good, man. Joyce is good. Had the same bet as you, apart from KO 15, paid 40. Really? I think mine was like 80 if it had come true, which would have been good, actually. That was what it was. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. This is a Fury fanboy channel. Definitely not. I mean, anyone can tell you that I call it down the middle. Ain't no Fury fanboy. I've criticized Tyson Fury loads over the years. Well, over the year and a bit. Criticized Fury a lot. I call it like I see it. And that's the end of that. Hit the like button. Fury would beat AJ. I think he would on points. That's what I'm thinking. That's a good question there. Joyce Pulev is a good shout. Yes. I would give that to Joe Joyce. I think he'd steamroll Pulev. Does Fury have a larger reach than AJ? I think he's got the larger arms, or longer arms. So I think he'd be able to out-jab Anthony Joshua. Yes, I do. Or maybe Ruiz instead of Pulev. Either or, man. Either or. AJ or Ruiz. Or Ruiz or Parker. I would put either or in there, man. Maybe take Hrgovic out. That's what I'd probably end up doing in that. But either or, man, to be honest with you, either or. AJ would be Fury and Wilder. He is both a puncher and a boxer. AJ Fury would be tough. Right now, I would pick him over Wilder, definitely. But Fury, I'm 50-50. I couldn't say yay or nay to that. I wouldn't say yay or nay to that. I would say that he has a chance against Fury, but I would be picking Fury if and when the fight takes place, definitely. That's what I'd be thinking. The way some fans go on, it's like Tyson Fury is Jesus, a bit too much. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Like, some fans really do treat Tyson Fury like he is the second coming. Seriously. Like, Fury's a good fighter. I pick him over AJ, but, there's plenty of people out there who I would look at Fury. Like, Michael Hunter, I'll give you an example. Like, I wouldn't pick him out right over Fury, but wouldn't be surprised if he gives Fury an awful time in there. Seriously. Man, I wouldn't be surprised if he gives Fury an awful time there. I'm just going to grab a quick drink. Yeah. Sierra Nevada, lads. If you've never tried it, Sierra Nevada, it's an ale. Lovely. Because I haven't had a drink the whole night. So once the fight's ended and I said, right, I'll pour that. So Sierra Nevada, if you've never tried it, it's really nice. It's like an ale. What else we got here? So I had Povetkin beating Hunter. Same as me. I think that Michael Hunter was so hard done by not to get the decision against Povetkin. And the ironic thing is, I would pick Michael Hunter to beat Povetkin. I'd pick Michael Hunter to beat Povetkin again, and I would pick him against Dillian Whyte every day of the week. Good beer. Drank that in the US. Traveled around it for 2 months. Yeah, Sierra Nevada is a top drink. I love it. We get it. Well, most places now, most off licenses in Ireland will do it. So it's easy to get over here. But yeah, Sierra Nevada is a top drink. Pulev versus Povetkin. Well, Povetkin beat Pulev a couple of times in the amateurs. So I would imagine that Povetkin seems a bit more fresh than Pulev now anyway. So, well, fresh, I say they're both in their 40s, but I would probably still go with Povetkin to win that fight, lads. Honestly, I would still pick Povetkin to win that fight. Give me a sec there. Fury 1, AJ 2, Usyk 3, Wilder, Ruiz, Povetkin, White, Hunter, Ortiz. Yeah, that would be a spot on top 10. I can't really disagree with that. Can't really disagree with that top 10. G-Man, do you think AJ's exercise the demons from Ruiz now? Yeah, I probably would say that. No, well, I think if he's ever put back in that situation where he's tagged and buzzed, we might see those demons again. But I think he's going about things the right way. He's going about things the right way. Yo, Joe, not convinced by Bacoli yet. Thought he'd improved since the Hunter defeat. Still too easy to hit. Seems like a work in progress regarding his age, regardless of his age. I've not that guy, right? That guy, he's apparently at one stage he was like 26, but BoxRec took that down off their website. He's older than he's probably in his 30s. That guy, he's probably definitely in his 30s. So yeah, age. We need to know what age he is. Bacoli is what he is. He's not terrible. He's a good enough fighter. We'll need to see how he gets on. We'll need to see who we fight. They'll probably try and stick him in with Fury next, I reckon. Hunter's one of the most avoided heavyweights out there. There is no one upside in fighting him. No, there isn't, unfortunately. He's underrated, and if you fight him and you lose, you've lost to a cruiserweight. But if you have a hard night with him, you're crap. That's the problem with most heavyweights. The Zone said he's 27, G-Man. He looks 35. Seems like a top guy all the same. Yeah, apparently it's the same age. So he's the same age as me. Well, I look my 27 years. Maybe even younger sometimes when I don't have a beard. But yeah, Bacoli doesn't. I'll leave it at that. Should do a top 10 heavyweights video. That's the one thing I've never really do on my channel, bro. I never really do like top 10s and stuff like that. I've never really got around to it. Maybe I will. I think I've done a prospect video once when I had like 50 subs. And since then, I've never really done a top 10. I like my WTF videos better. I like doing the WTF. People know my WTF videos. They know I love doing them. And they know they have one coming, not next week, but the week after. I've already started my research, and yeah, we got a WTF video before Christmas, so that's coming. I prefer those. They're more fun. They're more fun to make, actually. Believe it or not, they're more fun to make. Hunter style is boring to the general audience. That's why he's not the biggest. Not the biggest fights. It's not that he's a mythical sage that everyone is scared of. Well, I do think that there are people who look at him and think, you know, oh Jesus, do I want that smoke? Do I want that smoke? So I don't know about that. I think there could be some people like that, but Bacoli is just like, as I said, like if you lose to him, you've lost to a cruiserweight. If you beat him, well, you're meant to beat him. So, you know, Bacoli, it's yeah, like Bacoli, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Yo, big up, Box Talk with Ade. Big up, bro. Man, appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much for that, bro. Appreciate that. Bacoli definitely 30 plus. Well, he's the brother of Alunga Makabu. And Makabu, well, he was born, I think on BoxRec they have him down as 89. I remember weird shit. But they have him down as born in 89. So Makabu was what, like 31, 32? Ilunga? He looks older than that. So if he's looking, if Makabu is older and he's looking older than 31, then I reckon Bacoli is, I reckon he's well in his 30s. Like, there's no way me and him are the same age. No way. There's no way. There's no way he's the same age. But again, big up to Box Talk with Addy. I can't. Delighted you're in one of these chats, bro. Big up every single time. Big up. Big up. Just to put together a quick top 10, I'd say Fury, AJ, Usyk, Ruiz, Wilder, Hunter, Povetkin, White, Parker, Joyce. Yeah, Joyce has gone into a lot of top 10 heavyweights now since the win. Big up to Joe Joyce. Big up to Joe Joyce. Pulev versus Ortiz. Jesus, man. I'd probably still give it. Ooh. See, Ortiz is as slow as molasses, and he's probably closer to 50 than he is 40. I probably would. Would I give it to Ortiz? I probably still would give it to Ortiz, though, to be fair. I probably would still give it to Ortiz. Pulev, definitely, he has seen better days. He has seen better days, but they will use it. Like Frank Warren will be on the, and see, he's still promoted by Bob Arum. So Frank Warren will be on the call to Bob Arum to say, let's get Joe Joyce versus Pulev, mate. Pulev versus Ruiz every day. Every day. A lot of people putting Joe Joyce in the top 10 but feel like he would lose the top heavyweights. No, not necessarily all of them. I'm sure there's some that he beat. Definitely some he beat. I pick Ruiz over Joe Joyce. I think he countered him to death. Big up to Ade. Still missed the box talk days. Yeah, big up to Ade and Ryan. Ade and Ryan every time. Love that. Love the box talk days. Man, you don't have to, man. Honestly, seriously, thank you. But like, man, I give it to you. I give you a super chat, man. You don't have to give back. I appreciate it, though. Thank you. And I hope you got the package I sent you. I had such an issue getting them to send that to Stratford. I don't know if you've got it yet, but if you haven't got it, it should be with you in the next day or so, the next few days. But I ordered it from Donegal. And my God, I had an issue getting them to send that to Stratford. My God, I had to pay them, like, because they rang me and they were like, yeah, you're going to pay extra for this. I was like, what? So I did. So it's going Stratford. But lads, as I mute the mic by mistake, lads, I only planned on staying live for a wee bit, right? So I'm going to call it quits here. Big up, Ade. Glad you're in the chat. We had like 300 in the chat at one stage. I mean, that was crazy. I'm used to getting them in the high 80s and stuff like that, but not used to getting people in the hundreds in the chat. So big up to everyone in the chat. Lads, I'm probably going to do another one of these tomorrow. Let's talk about boxing, episode whatever, 36, I think it is. Nothing better than a big night of boxing, lads. There's nothing better. Spot on. Nail on the head there by Ade. Big up to you, man. Big up to everyone in the chat. Big up to all the regulars as well. Like, big up to the lads like Joe. Big up to like Byron every time. Thanks, G-Man. Big up to JP. Big up to Graham every single time. Big up to all the lads. Big up to all the regulars who be in these chats. Like, we all, me, Sunday evening between like 8 and 9, I always go live. So we'll do another chat then. Big up to all yous. And yeah, man. Oh, well, before I go. Did you like my performance, G? There we go. I always get one in the chat. Hashtag G-Man's Rocks. And as I said, and big up to Kubrat Poulev. It's just a shame we didn't get Harley Quinn. We didn't get Harley Quinn on this show. Would have made it perfect. Mr. J. Mr. J. But big up to all the lads. Lads, I'll talk to you. Peace.